Good evening and welcome to the Saturday edition of the Fbx Evening News. I'm Katie Looper, leading our news tonight. A chase of plea hearing has been set for one of two men that the village of Tanana is attempting to banish. 61-year-old William Walsh has been linked to Arvin Kangas, the father of the man who allegedly shot and killed two Alaska state troopers. Walsh is facing multiple charges, including assault and harassment. Today in court, that change of plea hearing was set for 6 weeks from now. However, the prosecution has agreed that if Mr. Walsh completes 40 hours of community service work by that date, the matter will be dismissed. Walsh has been linked to the group known as the Athabascan Nation, a group known to reject authority in both state and tribal government. This is the same group that Arvin Kangas was said to be a part of in the village, while intimidating and threatening multiple residents. A Fairbanks man whose car went airborne and crashed into the second story of a utility building while he was being chased by the police has been ordered to prison. 35-year-old Christopher Turco was ordered to serve 6 years after pleading guilty to felony charges of assault and failure to stop for a police officer. Turco was driving on the Mitchell Expressway last October when state troopers attempted to stop him for speeding. He exited the Mitchell at Old Airport Way but was going too fast to make the 90-degree turn at the bottom of the ramp. His car went airborne when he hit a dirt mound, crashed into the building, then fell into the ground. Turco's mother, niece, and nephew were all in the car and received injuries in the crash. State Representative David Guttenberg of Fairbanks praised the news yesterday that the officials of Alaska Department of Military and Veterans Affairs had assigned a land sales agreement to dedicate 320 acres near Fairbanks as Alaska's Interior Veterans Cemetery. A longtime advocate for an interior cemetery, David Guttenberg, sponsored the 2005 bill designating the new facility and directing DMVA to construct it. Guttenberg said families of the interior Alaska veterans deserve a nearby final resting place for their loved ones. The legislature approved $1 million to leverage $5 million from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs for the project.
It's taken all this time from 09 to 14 to find the right property, to find the right size property that met the federal VA standards, because this is a state VA program, but it's a national veterans hallowed ground cemetery, and it has to meet their standards of what it's going to be, because it's going to look like a rural Arlington.
An early morning hit and run sent one woman to the hospital with minor injuries yesterday. According to Alaska State Troopers spokeswoman Beth Ibsen, the accident occurred on Thompson Drive off of Geist Road. The driver of that Mazda vehicle that hit the woman's parked Thunderbird left the scene of the collision. Ibsen said via email that troopers are investigating the accident and have located the Mazda. The woman's Thunderbird was completely disabled by the hit and run. Fishermen in the communities of Circle and Eagle are allowed to fish for salmon for the first time in more than a month. They had been restricted to non-salmon fishing to protect king salmon. Fish and Game says it was the most conservative management they've ever enacted. About 60,000 king salmon crossed into Canada this season. A total run estimate will be available in early 2015. Fish and Game managers say it was a better run than expected, but still not good.
That's kind of what we are bracing for, was kind of a worst case scenario, and what we're seeing across the border is better than that. Although it's not fantastic run, it's strong enough to make that objective, that border escapement. However, this is still a below average run.
We'll have more when the weekend's only televised newscast returns. Stay with us. Back, UAF originally opens its student union known as the Wood Center in 1972, and after 32 years, they felt it was outdated and ready for a makeover. Our cameras were there and have more in this report. The University of Alaska Fairbanks is currently constructing a brand new section of their student union to modernize and enhance UAF's appearance. The Wood Center construction project is rebuilding and replacing the aging Lola Tilly Dining Commons. Lydia Anderson, director of the student union, offered to give us a tour of the new addition on the west side of the Wood Center.
This is the lower part of the new dining project, and it's going to house a new coffee shop that we're calling the Arctic Java, and a new, on the lower dining area, it is going to have a performance stage and an art wall, and we're going to be doing events throughout the year and hanging student art. You will notice that the theme of this building is sort of Alaska. You'll notice the colored panels when we go on this tour, and it's to pick up on the northern lights. You'll see a lot of natural and neutral colors and meandering, and it's all, and birch trees, and it's all to kind of bring in that Alaska feel. This is where we're going to actually do performances and have some artwork, but I think one of the exciting elements is this new grand staircase. And if you'll notice on the glass banister, there are birch trees that are etched into the glass, and these are actual photographs of birch trees that were on the property that were cut down for this project.
After touring the downstairs commons, we checked out the new food court upstairs that will replace the Lola Tilly Commons and include 6 different food service options.
When the sun is out and it's shining on those windows, those colored panels, the effect on the floor and the furniture is pretty awesome. But what I'm really excited about is I've been in the facility for a number of years, and this has always been a dream and a vision of ours to have additional space and create more gathering spaces for our students, because we are the student union, we're the living room of campus, and so this now has become a place where, a wonderful place where students can come and gather and socialize or be alone, or just a place to be.
The new Woods Center addition will open for fall semester's new student orientation. Reporting from the UAF campus, this is Katie Luper. This year, over 400 women in Alaska will receive the news that they have breast cancer. The American Cancer Society is teaming up with local businesses to bring the first Making Strides for Breast Cancer 5-kilometer walk to Fairbanks. Hoodoo Brewery was awash in pink Thursday night, where organizers held a kickoff event for the fundraising and awareness campaign that culminates with the 5K walk on September 27th. There's no entry fee for the walk, but walkers are encouraged to take donation pledges leading up to the event. The funds raised support the American Cancer Society's fight against the deadly disease. 3-time cancer survivor Becky Zavarol is serving as the event chair, and she welcomes anyone who'd like to join the group in late September.
You can certainly sign up online, and we have our Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. You can go to the website and find Fairbanks. You get a team together. It doesn't cost anything to sign up and register, so get a team together, come out to the walk, and you don't even have to sign up to come. So we'd love you to get donations and form a team, but we also just want you there.
When you think of dinosaurs roaming the earth 60 million years ago, your first imaginings might not necessarily picture the giant creatures in Alaska. However, a paper that was just released proves that, in fact, dinosaurs did exist in the state. In 2007, a trio of paleontologists discovered a football field-sized area in Denali Park with footprints from duck-billed dinosaurs, which demonstrated that a number of dinosaurs actually did live and thrive in this location. Yesterday, one of those paleontologists visiting Fairbanks presented an enthralled young audience with the latest evidence about dinosaurs in Alaska.
The park decided some years ago to undertake a basic reconnaissance of the area to see what might be out there. And so we were out there to look for fossils, and I was hoping for dinosaur material. And that day when we turned the corner, literally, and there was this wall, the 3 of us went speechless. It was beyond our wildest dreams.
The operator of a popular Alaskan vintage tourist train says a track switching failure caused the recent derailment that left 23 people with minor injuries. The White Pass and Yukon Route tourist train went off track July 23rd near Skagway. The company says the failure occurred with the system that switches from one track to the other. Officials say both the system and the track have been repaired. 2 vintage locomotives and 4 passenger rail cars were involved in the derailment during a run from Skagway to Canada. The train was carrying about 360 passengers and crew. Coming up in sports with Austin Buchanan, he'll be telling you about senior games coming to town this weekend. Also, the final round of Alaska Rodeos tonight at the Tanana Valley State Fair. The Gold Painters are in Wichita, Kansas. We'll give you more on that update. Stay tuned.